like she crazy, cursing at her, telling her what you won't do. You won't clean your room. You won't do what you want to do. And you talk to your mother like that? Like you tough? Do you think you tough, little man? Talk to me like you talk to your mother. Talk to me. You think you're tough, don't you? Boss up on me. Cuss me out. Tell me you ain't going to do what I say do. I dare you. I dare you. You ain't going to do it to me? Why you do it to her? Why you talk to her disrespectfully? Why? Little boy, answer me. Why do you talk to your mother disrespectfully? You don't know why you do it. Today I'm going to help you find out why. And today it ends. Today it ends. Do you understand? You will not call your mother out of her name ever again.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And what you just saw was a video that I came across dealing with, apparently you had this individual, this boy, and it seems as though his father, wasn't home, like, maybe he didn't have a father, whatever the case is. Not too much context there, but from the video, you can see that the mother had this, I guess she hired this individual or whatnot. I'll edit the video into this, so I got to go back and read that caption again. But the long story short, the boy was disrespecting his mother, calling her out of her name, all these X, Y, and Z. So he was basically lacking discipline, okay, which usually is the case for households where you don't have that father figure at home. And what you see in the video is exactly that. That is a very important role as well that the father plays in instilling discipline inside of the youth. All right, especially a young boy. Okay, because yeah, the mother might be like a hawk. She may try to do her best, but at the same time, that the bass in your voice, the intimidation, the testosterone, okay, that plays a big role when you are disciplining, okay, a child. And that's why usually, all right, when the father's home, the children don't misbehave. If the father is a one that's, that's on the right path, well respected, okay, and an actual man, not somebody that the child can walk on, that can walk all over, which that actually reminds me of a video that I saw as well. I'll link that one in the clip here as well. So pretty much what I'm about to show, you can take a look.
Digging love and life.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Digging love and life.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
That it's important to have the father in the house. Now, I saw this video and I had planned to do a lesson on it, and that was prior to seeing the elder apostle Ramlab do a video this morning on the instructions, and the importance of a father and so on. So that just added more ammo. Okay, and so let's start off. I have a couple of precepts here. Some I'll bring out that he already brought out, but that's all right. Let the spirit flow. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. And it's definitely spiritual what we're going through now. The position the Lord has us in, where we are conscious to what is right and what is wrong. And we are, because of that, living in a society where things are under a wicked vibration. We are able to understand why it is that you're not supposed to do wickedness, why it is that you should and you do have to live by the ways of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. So we are eating of that fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, and now we have the knowledge of good, and we're experiencing and seeing what the left-hand side is like, what the world looks like when you try to do away with the laws of the Heavenly Father, and how destructive that can be to society. which is why when you look around you, everything is out of course. Everything is out of order. Men, women, children, animals, air, food, water, the whole entire planet, all of creation is out of order because they're not following the manual that the Creator set. Okay, so this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3, and it reads, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Shamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is God." So here the key part that I wanted to get is the head of the woman is the man. And in other words, the man is the head of the house. Okay, so when he is not at home, for whatever reason it is, the house, it doesn't have that strong foundation. Now they can manage to make it work. But the ideal way is to have both the father and the mother at home, because a balance of both is what the child needs to be raised up correctly. Considering that the father and the mother are competent, you know, and they're not degenerates themselves. But the video you saw at the beginning of this lesson is an example as to why you need the father in the household. And you see how quiet and respectful and responsive the child was, right? Now, I bet you they have some clips of him disrespecting his mom. You know, saying all manner of things as though he's the man and he could do whatever he wants. Because there's nobody there to sit him down and put that fear in him. And this is why you need the man. Okay, today's just there. Oh no, I could do whatever I want. I don't need that. Okay. All right. You be the man and the woman. Okay. And we'll see how far that gets you. Now, I typed in the word child in the blue letter in the word search. And a good couple of precepts came in here filtering on the book of Proverbs. All right, let's read up a couple of those that are in here. Now, this is the book of Proverbs 22:6. It says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Because a child is like a blank piece of paper. You know, it's like brand new. You need to mold it. Okay, you got to mold the child into the proper way, and they'll grow into that. So because whatever they pick up from a youth, it's like when you have a dash what do they call them things? The phone holders that you stick to your dashboard of your car. The first time when you peel off the end, the sticky part, and then you stick it, you see the first time you got to make sure you do it right, because that's when the suction is most powerful. So when the child is young, that's the first time. And you got to make sure that you discipline them correctly, because that's what's going to stick with them. Okay. And when they grow up, they're not going to depart from it. But if you don't have the proper people, okay, or the proper mindset to train up the child in the way that they should go, then they're going to grow up to become another demon. And then if they have a child, it's going to be worse. See? This is Proverbs 22:15. It says, "Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child." So it's given that children are going to do things that are going to be bad, wrong, foolish. But that's why you have parents that are there to correct them. So when they do it, they correct them and let them know, no, you don't do that. Okay, but there's a way that you instill that discipline. And fear plays a big role in that. Guess what? How do you think these elites control the people? With fear. Not with love. They do it with fear. When they brought out the Vanessa, right, they were saying, oh, if you don't take this thing, you can't go to work. When they first started off with incentives, how many people did they really get? Talking about, oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you Shake Shack for free, we'll give you lap dances for free, all of these things. Y'all remember that? You know, Jiggle, there was some place called Jiggle something, Jab for Jiggle, Jiggle for Jab, something like that. But how did they really get the people? When they started going draconian. Oh, you don't want to do this? Well, then you can't go to work. Well, then you can't come into the store. Well, you can't do this. Well, you can't do that. That's when people started to obey. Through that fear of loss. Through that fear and through the draconian measures they enacted. That's where you have positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement. So your child is not there to be your best friend. Okay, your child is not your equal. Your child should fear you so that they will do what you tell them to do. And then not in a way where it's like, you're some monster where they're just like completely terrified of you. But out of respect, they should fear to disrespect you. They should not be comfortable to even entertain the thought of being disrespectful to you. Hence, when you tell them to do something, they do it respectfully. Because foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. And when you understand that, you know how to train up your child so you don't end up in these situations. Because when they're still a youth, you can control it. But if you don't drive out that folly from their minds, it'll become dangerous when they start to get older. Okay? Where now you can't tell them anything anymore. Where now they're getting physically bigger and stronger. And now they're becoming actually more dangerous. Because if even their own parents can't tell them what to do, who's going to tell them what to do? And then they'll either get in trouble with law enforcement, get in trouble with somebody else outside who's the wrong person. And now they're either injured, in jail, dead, or in some trouble. Because as a child, they weren't corrected. That folly was not driven out of them, and that folly grew with them and became dangerous. The folly of a child can be funny or amusing. Ha, ha, ha. And then, you discipline them and then they get it. But when they grow up, it's not so funny anymore. Okay? It says here, Proverbs 29:15, the rod and reproof give wisdom. See, the rod and reproof. Now let's actually click into this word reproof. You're not just supposed to discipline your child. You for lack of a better word, you use the rod and then they that's it. No, you need to explain to them, okay, and reprove them. All right. It says here, reproof, rebuke, correction, chastisement. Okay, chiding, correcting, rebuke, argument, impeachment. Trying to see if they have anything else here. So when you discipline them, you need to explain to them why you're disciplining them and what they did wrong so they can understand. So it registers in their mind, hey, I shouldn't do this anymore because it's wrong. And I feel what wrongness feels like. So maybe next time, even if it's a different action, if I know that action is wrong, I know what wrong feels like. Wrong doesn't feel too good. So I'm going to stay away from that. Okay? And that's what you want to do. But in this society, they're prohibiting you from doing that because they want to continue to raise up these monsters. They want to break up the household. They started by taking the men out the house so that the women can run rampant. And then now the children are running out of control and they're not trying to allow you to discipline them or control them. And that's how you break down a society from the inside out. So, hey, this is why the Lord has to speed up these days and deliver us out of here, man. This is just another example of what happens when you don't institute the laws of the Heavenly Father. When you don't follow the manual, when the creation does not follow the manual that the Creator set. This is what you get. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakah Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.